Hey team, Master Schiele here. What is the best martial arts? Here I am to give my 2 cents on it. If you've not yet, please do hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, all that great stuff. It'll keep me sending this information to you. Let's get started. So what is the best martial arts? Well, I gotta be honest first. I have studied and continue to study every martial art I can possibly get my hands on. The reason for that is because the knowledge is there. Every art has something to gain from it, right? So being willing to learn, being willing to adapt, and me as an individual, being a lifetime martial artist, I have to continue to better myself. So I have to say I do love and appreciate all forms of martial arts. However, I think there are some things that you have to ask yourself as an individual when you're looking for what is the right art for you. So let me get into it. The first thing is you're going to have to ask yourself, what is your reasoning? Why do you want to start? Is it, I want to get in shape. I want to learn how to kick. I want to have self-defense. I want to better myself as an individual. You really have to ask yourself these questions first as you're looking for what the best art for you is as an individual. They all have something to gain. Now, here's something else. I want you to be willing to adapt. Here's an example. If, let's say you see a really nice sports car and you see it looks beautiful, it's gorgeous, and you get into it and it looks just so awesome. And you go, you know what, I really, really want this high performance sport car. And then you get into it and you drive it through a winter. What's gonna happen? You might not like that car as much. Why? Because what you were looking for in the beginning isn't what you're looking for as you actually got into it, right? Maybe what you were looking for is something that can do winter and summer driving all together. So that's your willingness to adapt. Here's what I like to look at. When I'm looking for a martial arts, I'm looking for something that's going to get me started, getting me into the door, right? Now, of course, I've done this my entire life. However, I've worked with so many people, and this is kind of what I recommend to them in that situation. Get yourself in the door. Have your reasoning. Tell that reasoning to your instructor, right? If you come to me, I'm going to ask you, what are you looking for? And I want to make sure that we can give you what you're looking for in the school. That's very honest. That's what a good instructor will do. And if it's not what you're looking for at that moment, maybe it will be down the road. Great example is this. I had a student the other day ask me, I want to learn how to do sword. I said, fantastic. You have to be a black belt to learn that. Why? Well, because I have to teach you the foundation in our art before I'm going to teach you the art of the sword. So I have to be very honest with that, right? So you have to know your reasoning, but you also have to be willing to adapt. Use that reasoning to get in here, and then after that, just be open-minded. Because if you're open-minded, I think you'll go very far with that. Now, moving forward, as you get started, you're in there, right? This is really where I say, what is the best martial art? And this is where I'm gonna bring this whole video together. The best martial art, in my honest opinion, is the one that you train and you give it your all in. You get a black belt or better in that art. The reason for that is nothing really happens in those beginning levels, if I'm just being very honest with it. Martial arts is supposed to be a life journey, right? So when you get into a school, there's a foundation stage, there's a muscle memory stage, and it's really just the time that you put into it and the struggles that you go through, right? When you struggle through techniques, when you struggle through, hey, someone grabbed me, I can't get out of it, you'll learn better. So it takes time to do that. If you're not willing to have that, you're not gonna get great at anything, right? So if I'm gonna be very honest, I like to look at martial arts this way. Get yourself into an art. If it vibes with you, get started, right? Best way to know that is not so much the art itself in this day of age, but it's more the school and the instructor. If you have a great connection with your instructor, they will take you the whole way. That's what you need, right? The art is great. All arts, again, I have to be honest, they're wonderful, but you need to have somebody that's going to be in your corner and make sure that's the first thing. After that, now you start adjusting to what you need, right? So for example, when you're in the school, you start, you get going, now you go, all right, I'm there. Here's what I need you to do though. Where you are, if you are a brown belt in your art, if you are a red belt in your art, if you are a yellow belt in your art, if you've not started yet, just realize I want you to become the best in your art. Then you can really have an understanding of all martial arts, because at the very, very top, they're all connected. That's the truth. All martial arts are connected at the very, very top, but you got to get there first. So whatever it is, if it's taekwondo, if it's karate, if it's jujitsu, you name it, whatever it is, I want you to give it your all when you're looking at your art. That's what I did. I started my art when I was 7 years old. And now, do I hold ranks in other arts? Absolutely. However, I took taekwondo as my platform, and really, at this point in this video, I'm a 6th degree black belt, and I'm very proud of that accomplishment because it's been my life, right? It's something that I've really dedicated my life to. Doesn't mean I think, one martial art is better than the others, but I think that you can really not judge it fairly unless you give it your all and unless you get yourself to that highest point in your art. Get a black belt. That is the starting point. You become a black belt, now you'll know what I'm talking about. Team, I really hope this helped. Remember, it's not so much about the art, that's what I'm trying to get to. It's about you, and it's about just getting started. That's everything. I hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you on our next one. Take care.